Are you ready to take the next step of your SBIR journey? If so, in today's video, I'm going to share 3 factors to help you decide if you're ready to pursue a Phase 2 or direct to Phase 2 SBIR application. And this information is going to be critical to make sure that you are fully prepared to craft a really compelling Phase 2 SBIR application. So stay tuned for these valuable insights to maximize your chances for an award. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Stacy Chin from KeepYourEquity.co, and our mission is to help startups secure non-dilutive funding. We specialize in science and tech startups and help them to secure federal non-dilutive funding from programs like the SBIR and the STTR. So if you want to learn more about those programs, I'll leave a link in the description to another video below. And we also work with a lot of other private and public businesses, as well as NGOs, to help them to get non-dilutive funding through other federal grants and contract opportunities. So before we get into the weeds, let's first discuss what is the difference between a Phase 1 SBIR versus Phase 2, since both of these phases are meant for different purposes. Usually, Phase 1 SBIR grants are meant to support projects lasting from 6 to 12 months and are focused on conducting feasibility studies and preliminary research to validate the technical and scientific merits of a particular innovation. In contrast to that, Phase 2 awards can last anywhere from up to 2 years, with significantly larger funding, ranging from several hundreds of thousands of dollars all the way to even $2 million, depending on the agency and the project requirements. Here, Phase 2 projects aim to further develop, research, and commercialize innovation, emphasizing on detailed commercialization plans and milestones. So in other words, Phase 1 is all about establishing the feasibility of an idea, while Phase 2 is all geared towards transforming it into a market-ready product or technology. It is so important for founders to understand these differences so they can best tailor their proposals effectively to increase their chances of SBIR award. So now the next part of this video, I'm going to share the 3 things you need to keep in mind to determine whether or not you're ready to pursue a Phase 2 or direct to Phase 2 SBIR application. And with these tips, my hope is that you can position yourselves to prepare great high-quality proposals to increase your likelihood of securing funding and to successfully advance your innovations towards commercialization. But before we jump into it, I would really appreciate if you can take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below. And by doing so, you'll gain a wealth of knowledge on how you can secure non-dilutive funding so that you can keep your equity throughout your fundraising journey. And also, don't forget to check out our website at KeepYourEquity.co. Lots of other resources, templates, and advice. And with that, let's jump into it. So the first consideration to determine your readiness for a Phase 2 SBIR application hinges on how strong your preliminary data is to validate your proof of concept. Having strong, robust data to validate that your proof of concept represents a fundamental demonstration that your innovation is not only feasible, but also has potential for success and commercial viability. And these preliminary results are such a critical indicator of your readiness to advance to a Phase 2. Because usually in a Phase 1, your job is to focus on conducting research and initial experiments to establish the technical and scientific merit of your innovation. And you must gather all the necessary information and evidence to demonstrate that your idea can be translated into a viable product or solution. So before you pursue a Phase 2 SBIR application, you want to make sure you have really strong preliminary results that effectively validates the proof of concept. You want to convince reviewers that your Phase 1 preliminary data is strong enough to validate the technology's technical feasibility, demonstrate it has commercial potential, and warrant for more funding for further development. Now, the second consideration to determine whether or not you're ready to pursue a Phase 2 or direct to Phase 2 SBIR application has to do with the diversity of your team. Structuring your team for a Phase 1 SBIR project has to be different from that of a Phase 2. And these differences arises from the evolving goals and demands of each of these phases as you progress within your startup. So in Phase 1, your team typically consists of key personnel focused on proving the technical feasibility and the scientific merit of your innovation. It's often a lean team designed to execute the initial research strategy and to gather preliminary data. So think about scientists, clinicians, and engineers for your Phase 1. However, in Phase 2, your team then has to expand drastically. And this emphasis has to shift towards development, scaling, and commercialization. Here, a Phase 2 team typically composed of members with expertise such as product development, market research, intellectual property protection, and business strategy. And this broader skill set is so critical for executing the more complex and the multifaceted aspects of the commercialization side within a Phase 2 application. So what does that mean for you founders? That means that before you're ready to pursue a Phase 2 or direct to Phase 2 application, you guys want to make sure that your team is structured to be more aligned with the evolving product requirements to ensure a really smooth transition from research and feasibility in Phase 1 to successful commercialization in Phase 2. And the third, but not least, critical consideration to determine your readiness for a phase 2 application involves having a well-defined go-to-market strategy and a clear understanding of the research and development or R&D efforts to progress towards successful commercialization. A robust go-to-market strategy is important to outline how you plan to introduce your product or technology to the market, target potential customers, secure partnerships, and generate revenue. And this strategy should encompass all aspects such as market research, pricing, distribution, manufacturing, clinical trials, and sales tactic. So having a well-defined strategy not only demonstrates your preparedness to pursue a phase 2, but also showcases your commitment to transitioning your innovation from a research stage to the market. And so again, what does that mean for you founders? That means you have to understand the specific R&D steps necessary to commercialize your innovation in phase 2. And this is essential to develop a very detailed roadmap that outlines how you intend to develop your innovation to a market-ready product. And this might include production, conducting further research and testing for refinement, achieving regulatory compliance, and also positioning your company to secure additional funding and partnerships. So as a summary, if you want to know whether or not you're ready to pursue a phase 2 or direct to phase 2 SBIR applications, ask yourself these questions. 1, are your preliminary results strong enough to demonstrate a solid proof of concept? 2, do you have a plan for adapting and expanding your team to include a broader skill sets required for a phase 2 application that can prepare you for commercialization? And finally, 3, have you outlined a clear step-by-step pathway towards commercialization? And if the answers to all 3 is a yes, then congratulations, you're ready to pursue a phase 2 or direct to phase 2 SBIR application. And with that, thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope you found these tips helpful to better understand whether or not you should go for a phase 1 or straight to a phase 2 or direct to phase 2 SBIR application. And if you haven't done so, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below so that you can continue to learn new ways to keep your equity throughout your fundraising journey. And as always, make sure to check out keepyourequity.co for other resources and advice to help you secure non-dilutive funding throughout your fundraising journey. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I'll see you in a video very soon.